What's going on, YouTube? I appreciate all the support in my last video. And honestly, after posting it, I started to really rack my brain. I said, hey, do I have any other stories that I think might be worth yapping about into the camera, and really hoping a bunch of random strangers give me validation for it online? And honestly, one in particular did come up, and it was a prank that I pulled when I was about 8 to 10 years old. And to be honest, I don't even know if you could call this a prank. It was pretty mischievous. That's probably the best way to describe it. I mean, when I tell you about it, maybe you have a better word for it. Who knows? So without further ado, though, I'll just jump right into it. So again, many moons ago now, but around the age of 8 to 10, to give you some backstory. Now, I was never really a troublemaker growing up. I was more of like a class clown. You know, I wanted to make people laugh. I was kind of a happy-go-lucky kid, and everything in my life was great. But there was one thing, one thorn in my side, and that was a dog that I had when I was younger. Small Boston Terrier, about 10 pounds soaking wet, so wasn't a big thing by any means. But my parents, my siblings, they all loved this dog. They got along very well. She was not problematic, didn't eat a lot of food, didn't take up a lot of room. She would cuddle, she would just do her own thing. Ultimately a good dog. Now, why I didn't like her is because there were times where I'd put my face too close to her, and when you do that with an old dog who's getting pretty blind, they don't like that. So she would obviously lash out, and she bit me a few times in the face. Nothing bad. Again, it was more of like a nip was probably the best way to say it. All my fault, again, in retrospect. But I couldn't let that shit slide. You know, she was fucking with the moneymaker. I couldn't let that slide. So what did I do? I had a few different options. You know, I could stop fucking with the dog, stop putting my face in the dog's face, be more respectful to it. But no, what I thought is, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my parents think there's something very, very wrong with this dog. So that's exactly what I did. I don't know when the idea popped in my head, but I figured out that I was going to take a human-sized poop, like a poop for me, and I was gonna poop where the dog typically poops. So when my parents or my family went out there, they'd see a shit that was probably half the size of the dog. They'd be really concerned. Now again, I was 8 to 10, I was no grown man, but the one I probably dropped out was like King Kong's pinky. Like, this thing had some size to it, and obviously relative to a 10-pound Boston Terrier, you know, that wasn't coming from kibble, man. I don't know what happened.